What's going on, everybody? Matt Malatesta. We are not in the coach's corner. We are in the AD corner today. We're with new Montgomery ISD AD Brad LaPlante coming over from Hutto. Coach, welcome. I'm fired up for you. Why was Montgomery ISD a great spot for you?
Well, we had looked at Lake Conroe being a retirement spot. Now, don't get that wrong. I got a lot of energy left, so that's years down the road. But when this job came open, a number of people in the coaching field knew we wanted to be over here. So I've got two boys in college, and they're going to be fantastic coaches and teachers after they're done with their college ball. And so, kind of wanted something for them to come back to. They're both going to a Division II in South Dakota. Of course, they're enjoying minus 21 up there right now for daytime temps. But I think, the Houston area, pays a little bit more than Austin. I've seen more deer here in a month than I did 11 years in the Hutto area. So, hunting, fishing, all that sort of stuff, but just the people. So we had vacationed here as a family a couple different times and had been good to us. And then my varsity football staff at Hutto, we vacationed here and did a retreat here. So it just kind of all came together that people knew that I wanted to be here. Well, if I wanted to be here later on down the road, 5, 10 years, why not come down now and make an impact for MISD?
Well, I think they're going to be super excited for that. And you have really two programs that are big brands in the North Houston area. Lake Creek, of course, has had recent success. Montgomery has been one of the more historic brands in North Houston. Just talk about, how excited you are to kind of bring a new culture of administration to them and support, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. I've got notebooks upon notebooks of things that I've learned and things that people would like to see different, things that are going great. Don't change, Coach LaPlante, whatever it is. But, the biggest thing here is I'm right about 30 days on the job was to get around to all my 4 campuses, the 2 junior highs, the 2 high schools, get to as many community events as possible while selling 3 properties and try to buy one and get my wife moved here and start a new job. But I think I've done just that. And the parents have been great that I've come across and got a lot of compliments about being visible, at a 7th grade basketball game or showing up to a random practice to see other kids that maybe need some attention or know that they're important. I pulled 4 JV and 4 varsity young men and women today at Lake Creek High School and just want them to tell me, how are things going? What is the atmosphere? What is the culture? Kind of explain my job. I'm the principal over athletics. That was, how they finally figured out what an athletic director does. So I think that the biggest thing in the first 30 days is the quality of people. Even going to get some moving supplies last weekend, getting out of aisle 9, Home Depot, and coming up to the register. And Dennis, who lives over in the Woodlands, got his life story. And sincere. Couldn't have been more sincere and welcome to the area. So that's what we have in all of our buildings in Montgomery ISD. And it's a fantastic place to be.
Well, talk about, your backdrop or background, but who've been kind of your mentors leading you to this spot as well?
Well, there's so many people to mention. Jeff Dungan was my first head coach I worked under down at Alvin. And then, of course, athletic director Michael Bass there. And then I got hooked up with Steve Van Meter, formerly of Friendswood, that eventually came up to Hutto and worked beside him for a number of good years. And then, of course, he retired and then moved on to Pflugerville Weiss. But he was probably the most influential one for me for Texas high school football and being a great athletic director and supporting all kids. And, in all honesty, if Steve doesn't hire me in 2014, we may have gone back to Minnesota And so I will always be indebted to him as a great mentor. And then, on the superintendent side, Dr. Selena Estrada Thomas was a couple superintendents ago. We've kind of gone through a little transition at Hutto during my time there. And then, of course, Jenny Netherland coming in. She's a very, very sports minded person that understands my beliefs of culture and supporting kids and supporting coaches, and how it raises the level of the community and academics and just the atmosphere of the hallways of a school building. So I think those would be just a few of many that I should touch upon that have certainly helped my professional career as of late.
Looking at Hutto and the construction and the growth going on over there, very similar to here in the Montgomery area, very cool area, but it's really growing. Conroe is one of the largest or the fastest growing communities in the state of Texas. Just talk about how do you feel like Montgomery ISD will handle the growth that's coming their way?
Well, I think number one, we've got a great administration that has come from some different places that have had that type of experience. Our assistant soup of operations, he was over at Leander, their rapid growth, and some other members of the team have been other places that here's what we've done before. Will that work here? If not, I have plan A. We can make some wrinkles for plan B. So I think administratively, some pieces to the puzzle are there. I think we're not growing as fast as some other areas. So that gives us a little bit of time to prepare, shaping buildings and shaping facilities. And when is the next time to go out to bond as well. But, the people that are moving here are just as excited as my wife, Christy, and I for the people, for the opportunities, for the good school system. There's good jobs here. In Hutto, we would go 3.6 miles and it would take 38 minutes.
Yeah.
There's not that traffic here. The infrastructure is here, so that helps out our school system. And you're talking about the bus barn and transportation and all the things that we want to do as a school district and be efficient.
Well, I know that Hunter will be sad to see you go, but hey, Lake Creek and Montgomery High School, they're gonna be pumped for Montgomery ISD, your arrival. Coach, good luck. We will see y'all soon because I mean, heck, we're gonna be at Lake Creek softball and then football and then Montgomery basketball. I mean, uh, it's a great, rich tradition and great energy in that district. So hey, this is Matt Malatesta, Coach Brad LaPlante. We call everybody coach, but he's really the athletic director at Montgomery ISD. And we'll see y'all at the games.